All right, welcome in everyone. It's a lovely Monday afternoon across the board here, especially because we got Line Breakers FC. We will be previewing the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Maybe we get some down and dirty and get some CCL action or Europa League action in there. You never know with LBFC. We always keep you on your toes. But it's the soccer betting show from thebreakdownsports.com. You're probably following us on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, so smash all three. Get us on all three feeds. I got Joey B and AJ with me here as well. AJ, that fresh cut's looking nice.
Thank you. Yeah, back from suspension, if you want to call it. But here, ready to do some great Champions League work. Joey B, how are we feeling today?
Feeling pretty good. Happy to have all three of us back together in the first time in like a month. It feels like long-ass time. Yeah, Wolves lost. Hubert Davis is UNC's coach, so I don't really know how to feel about either of those. But I guess it could be worse.
Yeah, we're just going to keep chugging along as we usually do here because, is that two now suspensions on the show? So both self-imposed. AJ self-imposed one on himself, and I self-imposed one on mine. Joey B, we gotta be seeing. We gotta put you in the hot seat or get you slugging at some point. But
I don't know what I'll do, but it can be something. We'll figure it out.
Neither of the other two were planned either, so it's the best when it just happens. So we got 4 matches to dive through here. 2 on Tuesday, 2 on Wednesday. It is the quarterfinals. So let's start it off with Manchester City versus Dortmund. You got City sitting as whopping minus 280 favorites. You got Dortmund at plus 751. So if you're looking for action there and you're not a square, you'll either be playing the total at the over 3, slightly juiced, or you can play on the Asian handicap. City's laying a goal and a half here. And this is a match where Dortmund, they just looked very unconvincing to Frankfurt, but you can always spin the narrative that they're looking ahead to Champions League, or Frankfurt's actually just that good this season because they're sitting in that 4th spot and Dortmund's on the outside looking in. My biggest thing with Dortmund is they do have some injury within the lineup, but I don't know what's happened to Haaland. I mean, he's out there. He's still making his runs. He's just not finishing the type of balls that we saw him finishing and not creating, or maybe teams are starting to defensively scheme better to keep him out of the dangerous areas. But until Haaland looks like he's back in some sort of form, because that team's just pretty young and rough. Other than that, gotta love Rania, but he can't put the whole team on his back there. So that's where here, this is I don't want to say a no play for me, because you could potentially look at a City first half line. That would be something that entices me the most. That currently sits at minus 114 on the money line. So that's an interesting angle here, but no strong plays. Just, I guess you could pick your way that you like fading Dortmund here, and I guess that's the side I like here. AJ, what you like?
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I think you nailed it on the head where Dortmund runs when Haaland runs. He seems to be out of form. I want to say a little bit before the international break. The international break, he definitely didn't help himself out, and that poor run continues. So until he picks it up, I don't see Dortmund making any noise here.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree. I'll start off with the first bet of the day. Just going to stick City minus 1.5, minus 105. I think they just come in and get the job done. They're at the Etihad. Probably want to get a decent result here. Maybe I could see this game being 2-0, maybe 3-1, something like that. I just think they get their result. They come in, get 2 goals. I don't know if Dortmund will score. Maybe they will. They just haven't looked their best, and like you guys have mentioned, Haaland seems a little bit out of it. Maybe he's distracted with all his dad and agent taking a tour of Spain and seeing all what's out there for him. But if you do, I mean, I noticed his anytime goal score is plus 195. Seems like a decent price. And then I would just, if you really want to put some get a fun coupon or just play something for fun, pair that with a City win. I think it's plus 471. So just some good value, some fun bets there. But yeah, I just think City get the job done here by a couple goals.
And the books definitely agree with that. When you get when you can back Dortmund to advance at plus 420, it's kind of not even giving them a shot the team total's currently off the book. So maybe I retract that and maybe I play a Dortmund team total because right now what I gotta do with my betting is if I like a side, fade it because I am on a little bit of a cold streak on Lion Breakers FC. We'll get into that a little bit later on in the show. But AJ, last episode, Joey B and I were talking about the Aguero send-off tour. Do you think he's going balls to the wall or do you think he's just milking it in? Or do you think Pep's gonna deploy him as he wants, or is Pep just gonna make him ride the bench and see what he has? So take it whatever way you want.
Yeah, I feel like Pep might use him as a super sub, but I feel like this is gonna be more of a bench riding thing. I mean, they're winning without him, so why force something that doesn't need to be forced if you're winning?
So do you still have to say Aguero has to owe all of his Premier League success to Balotelli for making that pass to Aguero to finish it against QPR?
I thought we were going to have a nice stream where topics like these didn't get bring up, especially from him back from suspension. And that classic put, got to give it to Balotelli. But yeah, I just think Aguero rides it out. Nothing too special here.
So yeah, Balotelli, probably the best player in City history, not Aguero, who's probably their top goal scorer. All right, let's get into the next match. Put our sane brains back on a little bit. We got Madrid versus Liverpool, which sneakily this could be the match I want absolutely nothing to do with because this is just line basically as a pick 'em dead on. Liverpool, I guess, is a slight favorite, but wait a minute. You'll get it back to flip there. The total is the interesting angle here at over 2.5 at -125. So we saw Liverpool. I mean, it was Arsenal, so it's nothing to write home about, but they gave them a nice second half drubbing there. Of course, Jota comes on and looks like a world beater. So, we got Chuck coming at AJ in the comments. Chuck is one of my college basketball guys. Seeing he saw something rare, but with Jota coming on, and I just think how do you fade Champions League Madrid here? Joey B, the La Liga expert. What's their current form? How they looking?
I mean, I guess with La Liga, them and Barcelona are back in the mix to get a title, get a good title race going between the three of them. I don't know their exact form, but I don't know. I thought you were going to say Liverpool in their Champions League form because they just have been a different team playing in the Champions League. But yeah, it's two tough teams. It's a game I definitely don't want anything to do with, but maybe would play like a live over 1.5 if it's got a slow start. But yeah, I think Madrid, Barcelona have played better in domestic league recently. So yeah, I just think we'll see. I think Sergio Ramos is out for this game. I think injuries, not cards, but yeah, should be a good game between these two teams. But I would kind of lean towards Liverpool if I had to pick a side to win.
Yeah, Madrid's one of the hottest sides right now in Europe, where their last loss came on January 30th. And since then, they rattle off dubs. They have 2 draws against Atletico and Real Sociedad. But other than that, they've had convincing wins, a decent amount of clean sheets there. AJ, I like your angle on this one, so I'll let you describe it. I don't want to steal any of your thunder.
Yeah, so first week back, I had to take an under here. So we're going under 2.5. Pays even money depending on the book you have. A couple of reasons I like this. It's a weird sandwich spot for Madrid. They go Champions League, El Clasico at the weekend, and then return leg at Anfield in the Champions League. They are playing at home, so I can't see them wanting to either lose this match or give up too many away goals. And like Joey B mentioned, I think Liverpool is one of the most dominant teams in the Champions League. So I do expect them to keep this tight. All in all, I see this being a 1-1 match at the end of the day.
All right, AJ, that reasoning, we got the first play of this stream here today. We're going with Real Madrid pick at -105. Due to your reasoning there, and yes, they have the sandwich spots of all sandwich spots. This is one you get in, probably goes under, but I don't want to be under, Jay. They just get in, get out, get your work done. Clinical squad without Ramos. Maybe Salah can find one there, but we're going to take the pick. We're going to ride the small dog here. Play the money line if you have some cojones, but Yeah, I'm just going to take it first leg with the not allowing the extra goals, and Madrid's defense is something that we can rely on them to do as long as they're not playing Shakhtar. Then we're good.
Yeah, and I just wanted to be noted, the last time Rex liked my Champions League logic was Atletico Madrid and Chelsea, and that did not pan out. But water finds its level, and I'm hoping for better results this time.
Any thoughts, Joey B, before we get into the next one?
Yeah, I mean, I lean the other way on both of them. I think we could see goals here, and I think Liverpool would be the side I'd go with the draw no bet. But who knows? I guess just with Champions League, always tough. If there's an early goal in this game, it could end 3-2. If there's not a goal in 30 minutes, it could end 0-0 or 1-0. So it could go either way. I just think I don't know. I hope you guys. I don't have any money in the game, so I hope you guys cash your picks.
1-0 Madrid win. That's what I see in our future. So I don't know if we call it a bounce back game, the rebound game. Is Tuchel a real manager because he kind of had a cakewalk beforehand? Because any coach will tell you when the team's clicking, when you're playing well, and I mean, there's a conglomerate for me and Sam for college basketball. Maybe we have to make one for soccer where you score on all of your shots and you don't concede any goals. And that's what Chelsea was doing at a pretty well rate in the first 14 games under Tuchel. Then, boy, oh boy, I don't want to call it the Premier League match of the year, but at 7:30 a.m. on Saturday morning, I was not expecting West Brom and Chelsea to be – I just wanted 90 more minutes of it. That game was nuts where Pulisic ended up scoring, then all shit hit the fan, and West Brom put 5 in against Chelsea. Regardless if Thiago Silva made probably the 2 dumbest challenges, and the second one is just one, they're both terrible spots he made the challenges, but the second one made no sense. And yes, he was coming off an injury, so first came back, maybe shaking off the rust. He is still available to play in this one since it's technically not the Premier League. Doubt we see him after that poor showing. Get him back on the bench. Maybe a little sound there, but that's where you have Chelsea as they are way here at minus 133 favorites. You have Porto at plus 400 on the money line. You got the over at a plus or over 2.5 at a plus 120. So look at the over 2.25 or over 2. But usually in the Champions League, when they're lining at that low, they know something. So that's where the Asian handicap, you can get Porto at a half goal at plus 110. Until we see Chelsea isn't going to beat someone 3 or 4-0, and maybe Porto is the first side that they do it. Their best chance was going to be at West Brom this past weekend to have one of their more resounding results, and they laid an egg. I think it was definitely a classic look-ahead spot. They're the team that was hot that did not want to see the international break whatsoever. So getting that international break kind of maybe messed up their chemistry, messed up their flow a lot. But yeah, I don't want to play something that's an under 2.5 at minus 150, and then Chelsea sitting at a minus 130 with a minus 140 money line favorite.
Joey B, do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I know Rex mentioned the Madrid-Liverpool is a game he wanted nothing to do with. This is the game I think I would want the least to do with if you force me to make a play. You can make a case for both teams to score yes, both teams to score no. Porto, draw double chance, Chelsea money line. You can convince me either way. My first thought was like a both teams to score no, thinking both teams would play a little like conservatively, especially game one of the 2-leg games. But with that both teams to score yes at plus money kind of makes me think there's a little bit of value there. And yeah, I don't want to put too much of like my like recency bias behind the Chelsea giving up 5 goals to West Brom. We know Porto, I think, scored in both games against Juve, so they can score here or there if they need to. So I would almost lean, again, a live over 1.5 or something like that could be a good thing to look at. But yeah, I just think you can make a case for pretty much any bet here for me, and I would agree with you.
Yeah, I wanted nothing to do with that Madrid-Liverpool bet that I ended up locking in a play. I'm not going to be doing that on this one. AJ, gun to your head, or if you had to force a play, if you're in a pick 'em pool or something, what would you have to be playing here? Because you're the notorious Chelsea hater on the Twitter sphere.
Over 2.5. I think Porto at home you don't play for a draw because you're not walking into Stamford Bridge and taking away a victory. So I do like that both teams to score as well, but plus money on an over 2.5. I'll have to take that one.
So a fun angle or a different angle in this one that I would like to take is if they gave like an aggregate prop, like how many goals total will be scored in this. I would definitely throw the under here because I don't know what it is in me. I think we have a 1-0 advancer off aggregate in this one where whoever gets that first one, both of these teams are going to park a little bit, and both of them can do it at a high level. So that's just kind of where I think at the under 2.5, I could be reading too much into that minus 150, but you usually don't see that hanging out there where they're trying to get any action on that over right now.
Very true.
All right, we got another comment. Chuck is saying he's going to back City to win it all. He's currently doing that. That sits around like plus 200. So that's 5 games that they have to go through at that rate. So that's kind of where, if you think that's a good value play, can't talk you off it, but probably the game everyone's most looking forward to, the top one that you'll be marking yourself out of office on Wednesday afternoon to watch Bayern. PSG travel to Bayern. Obviously, Bayern's without Lewandowski, so they're still sitting at a minus 110 money line, home favorites. Not too much of a shock, but getting PSG on the money line at plus 270 or getting them on the Asian handicap at the half a goal up minus 110, that's where it's extremely tempting to me because I think Bayern didn't really like throw in the bag this past weekend against Red Bull. I think they just took their strides with them, didn't try to do anything too convincing. Let's get back-to-back Champions League spots here. And when they still have the talent up top, sure, it's not Lewandowski, but the first game against against like where they're going to go balls to the wall, where Red Bull gave them all they could and hung with them. And that first spell off it, sure, it's the first game off the international break. Everyone's still coming back. But I just don't know how PSG's form is traveling away because we talked about this pre-show. They dropped 3 points to Lille. They now sit, I think, 6 points back in the Ligue 1 table. So if they want to keep, I think, I don't know, it's like 10 or 11. I don't know how many straight years they've won Ligue 1, but focus could become on there because if they do drop it, that would be like the story of other than Juve dropping. I guess that would take some heat off both of them if they both dropped it in the same year.
Yeah. Regarding this line, I remember Bayern, Lazio first round, I believe. Bayern sat at a minus 130, and we thought it was all bait. And now here they sit at minus 110. Are books trying to bait people? I don't know. But I also agree with Rex that I think if I had to pick a play on this, it'd be PSG plus half a goal.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I don't know. It's tough to go against Bayern. They're a good team. That defense. Who knows? Obviously, they kept Red Bull to a shutout. But obviously, PSG is a different animal. My first. I don't know if I want to add it or not, but do you guys have a feel on the total? I think that over 3 at minus 113 is pretty good. I think both teams to score an over 2.5 is minus 130. Could be good, but I like PSG or Bayern can sometimes throw a shutout, but I don't know. I think we could see 3 goals here, but 3 goals is a hard thing to back in that first leg for sure.
Well, kind of just depends. If you're doing that, I would target a PSG team total in a way, because if that's sitting at 0.5 or 1, I would kind of go more of that angle because you know who's going to be suiting up for them. And if they can get that 1 away goal, that's huge for them because if they end up getting that, you're going to try to see Bayern throw 2 more in there. So that's just kind of where, if you like the total, I think the value could potentially be on the PSG side unless they're the favorites but no, they wouldn't be the favorites according to team totals because Bayern sits as the favorite.
Yeah, they're over 1.5 goals is plus 150, so pretty decent value. I don't know what the 1 flat is though.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
Yeah.
Do I really want to back them to score 2 against Bayern's defense? No. But no. Is that something you wait till the 30th minute and hope it's 0-0 and you can get the 1 at like minus 110 or even on each side? Yeah, that's something to potentially look forward to. This is I'm only adding one. I've decided it because I wasn't sold. Just no strong feels on the rest of them after talking them all out. That one ended up making the most sense. But Bayern PSG, that's probably sit your feet up, have a good watch with that one, and make some live bets. All right, so let's recap our best bets. We each got one play coming in here. Fuck it, I'm adding a second one here. So we're going to go with, because it was the first lean or the first good feel I had. I'm going with City first half money line at -114. AJ, after you saying the Bayern logic of we were all saying the -114, it looks ratty, it looks trappy. We're going to play that. And then we're going to play the Real Madrid pick at -105. So we got 2 Tuesdays plays. Let's start feeling good and add some Wednesday plays live in. AJ, what you got for us?
Yeah, one play only. Keep it simple. Madrid, Liverpool under 2.5. We talked it out. I see this being a tight game, and hopefully a Real Madrid 1-0 win.
Joey B, you're on mute.
Yeah, you're muted.
So my headphones just died, so I have no idea what Rex said. But yeah, just my only play is Man City -1.5. -105. I think they get the job done. I think Rex was just adding a second play.
Yeah, I added the City first half money line at -114.
Yeah, I think
right.
Another thing I looked at is Man City halftime, full time. I think it's right around the same price.
All right. So are we 4.5? Giving you the line. Baylor, Gonzaga, AJ. Who are you taking with the 4.5?
Bulldogs. Overreaction from the weekend against UCLA. Give me the Bulldogs every single day of the week.
Joey B?
Yeah, I think Zags and the over.
Fuck. We're all on Gonzaga because I made it a personal thing, and I've made it throughout the whole year, is I wasn't going to fade Gonzaga once. You know me. I like to go against Juve. I like to go against Bayern. I like to go against City. But yeah, Gonzaga, I was just like, nah, no desire whatsoever to do that. All right, Joey B, any Europa leans, or should they just follow you on Twitter to get what you're feeling for that later on in the week once you get more time to digest?
Later on the week, I think if you made me pick one underdog to advance, give me Slavia Praha against Arsenal. I think they're a sneaky side. Maybe I don't want to root for them after some of the I don't know, altercations, I guess, that happened with the Rangers player, but them, and then I think like Villarreal should advance pretty easy, but AJ, definitely don't sleep on Granada. They're a tough side. You guys have struggled with some Spanish teams in the past, so
yeah, you've talked about Granada, I think, every week of Europa League, so I know I'm expecting a lot from them.
All right, so now we definitely have to talk some CCL real quick because we do have the Union in it, and MLS is about to be back. And I do not like our chances going into Saprissa. Saprissa sits at -125. Just don't currently like where the squad's at, but I like our new mentality of we're just going young guns and have 1 or 2 vets there instead of bringing in older dudes the whole time. So love that. But the one play that I do really like, and I'm just confirming who's home and away. Yeah, I like Alawenze at +175 against Atlanta United. United's got the new coach coming in. Just not too sure what's going on with that club yet. And Alawenze is probably the top club in Costa Rica right now, other than Saprissa. So getting MLS teams never travel well outside of the States and usually pull out 3 points. LAFC, I think, is the only team that's traveled out of the States to a country that's Mexico and CONCACAF and pulled out all the points. So I don't know why you would have ATL United as slight favorites, especially because all these teams in CONCACAF, they're 16, 17, 18 games in.
Mm-hmm.
All the MLS teams, they've played 2 or 3 preseason games at this point. So you're getting teams in completely different form. So if you find a home side, you get a little bit more down and dirty. But if you stick to Mexico and Costa Rica, usually get a home team at plus money. It's usually a good angle if they're playing an MLS side that's not LAFC.
Yeah, I think like you mentioned, MLS, they have no like official matches. So this is the start for them in the Champions League, but other teams are well into their seasons. So disadvantage MLS, but go America.
Man, that's crazy how they also compete against Mexico and they have no salary cap, and the USA has a salary cap on like international players that you can actually pay. It's just a wild concept. That's why FIFA's FIFA though. It wouldn't exist in any other league.
Very true.
Well, I guess it does exist in college basketball and football because they pay players, and Mount St. Mary's really can't. But that's for another podcast. Let's recap our three last plays real quick. I got City first half money line at -113, and I got Madrid pick at -105.
Madrid, Liverpool under 2.5 sits even on Bovada.
Yeah, I got City -1.5, -105.
All right, so we'll thank everyone for tuning in. Love when we get the comments of what people are playing on. Check out our website. We got a lot of content going up right now. NBA waiver wire for your fantasy basketball folks. A lot of baseball content probably coming out very shortly since we're right in season there. We got the Natty tonight. Let's have a good night. Let's cash some bets.